Yan ang problema, Richard, pag wala ka sa panel eh. Nandiyan ka lang eh, wala kang say. Quarter scoring po natin, and nadoble ng token text ang score ng Santa Lucia. At we expected a run by token text, and we got it in the third quarter. So ang tanong po ngayon kung babawi itong Santa Lucia sa fourth.
At saka makikita mo yung some of the players of token text, wala pa siyang pahinga, katulad ni Miller, Pablo. Oh, actually, just the two guys. Sila na lang ang walang pahinga from the guys that made that comeback.
Ang problema dyan, baka uminit pa si Alapag pag pinasok nito si Joel, you know? We can't be silent. So Malone misses that shot, but here's Token Text with a chance for the lead in this possession. Milano out to Pablo. Swing it to Miller. Willie Miller, his pass deflected out of bounds with 8 on the shot clock.
8 seconds on the shot clock.
Santa Lucia going with maybe their strongest lineup with, of course, the front court of Dennis Marlou and Kenneth, Paulo, and Nelbert Omolon.
Here's Miller against Omolon. Miller, double team. Back to Camacho. Panahong. Dalawa pong lamang ng Token Text. And a nice play between Willie Miller and Don Camacho. Here's Marlou Aquino against Oliver Camacho at nasundutan, and the foul will be called on Camacho.
Look at that, dude. Tignan mo yung fast break points saka yung field goal percentage. Sabi mo nga, dinoble yung score ng Token Text yung Santa Lucia, and they did the same thing with field goal percentage. Like we said, you get the your field goal percentage increases.
So a tale of two halves so far. First half, all Santa Lucia. Second half so far, all Token Text. Marlou Aquino with the offensive rebound. Maybe that'll get the Realtors going, as nakakuha siya ng offensive board, and the putback is good with a chance for a three-point play. So, you know, offensive rebounding is definitely a sign of aggressive play, and Marlou Aquino has 4 offensive rebounds here in the ball game, and you know, a lot of people have criticized Marlou Aquino for really not trying all the time, but you know, you cannot fault him in this game, and he has given 100% effort, and 23 points to go along with 9 rebounds or 8 rebounds already. Tablak po or actually lamang po ng isa ang Santa Lucia, 79-78 because of that free throw by Marlou Aquino. Milano gets a screen, passing it to Marcel, tries to find some space. Marlou Aquino, and hindi pwede yun. And the pass to Kenneth Hernandez a little too strong. But Marlou Aquino making his presence felt inside.
Kanina, nakita natin, sinupalpal ni Marlou. This time around, the guy that has lorded it over the paint here in the PBA for a long time, showing Mark Telan a thing or two.
Kuhang-kuha, you know, Marlou Aquino making sure that si Mark Telan, alam niyang nandiyan pa rin, nakapasok na si Marlou Aquino. Willie Miller, the crossover. This time not as effective. Goes inside. Good defense by Nelson.
Good defense on the part of Santa Lucia that time, especially for Omolon, but boxing out suspect that time as another offensive rebound for Token Text.
Hernandez fakes the three, drives all the way inside. Dapat kung pagkatugod ni Kenneth Hernandez, and Kenneth Hernandez now breaks the 30-point barrier. Willie Miller against Omolon, spins against Omolon. The help defense was right there. Goes Camacho inside, and Camacho missing the short shot. As Paulo Mendoza tinutulak ang bola. They do have the numbers. Kenneth Hernandez inside, giving it to Omolon from behind. Rebound, Dennis Aquino off the block, but a foul will be called on Don Camacho.
And what action we're seeing right now, dude. Both teams not wanting to give up on this game.
Well, Token Text did not have the numbers on him. Umabol sila eh. Pagkapasa ni Kenneth Hernandez dito kay Nelbert Omolon na humabol sa likod eh. Yeah, hinabol sa likod ni Camacho itong si Omolon, and Camacho had to help out on Dennis Espino, and there he broke the plane and committed a foul.
Don Camaso, actually a teammate of mine in one of the Philippine teams. Pag yung nag-out of town kami, against slam dunk champion.
Don Camaso actually known for his jumping ability and also for his outside shot. So nako, upo na si Camaso, babalik na si De Ocampo at si Alapag.
Now we'll see what kind of contribution Jimmy Alapag can give to his team. Kasi right now they need another push. They have to kick it to a higher level para makawala sila dito sa Santa Lucia.
Alapag will try to get his game going here. Against Mendoza. Against Quintalan. Right left against Marcelan. May lamang siya in terms of height laban kay Duremdes eh.
Marcelan, 8 points. All here in the second half. Leading the comeback along with
Dennis Espino, sabi niya, teka muna, matagal na ako di nakakascore ah. Dennis Espino only with 7 points. The only guy in that triumvirate from Santa Lucia who has not hit double digits. In fact, the only guy who hasn't hit 20 points. As Dennis Espino, good spin move against De Ocampo at yung help defense ni Mark Tilan, a split second too late. Oh, so si Dennis Espino and Mark Tilan very familiar with each other way back from college days. 85-82 our score. Santa Lucia back to a 3-point advantage. Alapag ulit ang bola. Alapag in the perimeter. Binigay kay Miller. Miller! Quick save! A little short to Santa Lucia. Against looking up with the lead. Mendoza against the shorter Alapag. Here's Dennis Espino giving ahead. Wide open. And he gets right in front of the Santa Lucia fans. And Santa Lucia has created a little bit of space once again. 6 minutes. Laban sa Talking Text Phonepals, and Talking Text quickly calls a timeout here as Santa Lucia getting back in the ball game. Here's Dennis Espino. Nakita niya, Pang Santos is definitely the shooter. The designated shooter for Coach Al Francis Chuo, and nasa harapan ng kanyang coach. Tinira niya yung tres at nakapukol siya. Ano na po kalamangan ng Santa Lucia. And looking good in this ball game is definitely Kenneth Duremdes. I mean, Kenneth is really mastered everything, and ito naman po si Marlou Aquino also looking good and playing better in this ball game. Both these guys have, at least 50 plus points. And ating game story of the ball game, and I think he stood tall today. I think that's safe to say with 8 minutes and 25 seconds left. And I guess 16 points in each of the 3 wins this conference, and tonight 23. So, ito pong performance ni Marlou Aquino so far bodes well for Santa Lucia.
Parang sinasabi doon, if Marlou plays well, he wins. Santa Lucia.
Jimmy Alapag hits the 3-pointer. You knew that you could not keep this guy quiet all game long.
Credit to Coach Joel Banal setting up that play for Jimmy Alapag, trying to get him into this ball game.
Inside they go to Marlou Aquino against De Ocampo. Marlou Aquino, and that's Marlou Aquino. When he gets that shot going, imposible na talagang mapigilan itong Santa Lucia. Again, a 5-point lead for Santa Lucia. They give it to Alapag once again. Against Paulo Mendoza. Alapag tries to get Mendoza. Hands off to Willie Miller. Willie Miller out to Victor Pablo. The baseline not there. Mark Delan taken away by Santa Lucia. Here comes Mendoza pushing it up. Eyes up ahead to Santos. Back to Mendoza. First a little off. Offensive rebound though taken by Aquino. They've got a fresh 24-second shot clock. Dennis Aquino inside. Sinugod sa loob. Pinwerte sa loob. At Offense a chance to cut this 5-point lead. Willie Miller against Santos. Crossing over. Santos on the ground. What a play by Willie Miller. I know it's a pass-off, but Santos, we just can't help but be in awe of his crossover move. And playing Santos, not known for his defense or what have you, though, but to leave a guy off balance like that, definitely saying something.
What I do po, ako yung, if I was having some dapay, batali ko na yung sa balance ko, kunyari nadapa na lang ako mag-isa eh.
Alapag now, the lead is down to 3. They set it up. Ahead to Miller. You rarely see players on the floor off his crossover move. Here's Alapag. Out to Mark Telan. 20-foot back shot that doesn't go. And Aquino gets the rebound. And double-double na itong si Marlou Aquino. Here's Kenneth Durandez. Ahead to Aquino in the lane. Back to Santos. Santos out to Durandez against Miller. Durandez drives inside. Santos from behind. 2-on-1 fast break. Miller finds it to the ball. No ball. Gives it to Alapag. He's open for three. He got it inside. No wide.
All of a sudden, 1-point lead. 3 Toketex players right there for the rebound, which turned out to be an assist.
I'm surprised Santos was not able to get back on track. Willie Miller wasn't able to convert on that fast break, and Alapag had to get his bearings in the 3-point area. Inside they go. Durandez has gone to his point total. He continues to sizzle as he now has 32 points.
That time working on a back cut to Kenneth Durandez. They were expecting him to get the handoff from Dennis Espino. Whitey changing his direction as we see a turnover for Toketex.
So Alapag, miscommunication with Willie Miller as Miller turned his head pagkapasa ni Alapag at yun, napasahan tuloy yung commissioner's row natin. So Santa Lucia, a 3-point lead with ball possession. Maeng Santos. Bigay key, Dennis Espino, hands off to Kenneth Durandez. Shoots a three-pointer. It's a little short. Marlou Aquino, another offensive rebound. Santos gets it with a foul from Alapag.
Credit to Marlou Aquino, who's continued to crash the offensive rebound. That time almost a dead play as Kenneth missed, but continually tried to keep the ball alive for his team.
You know, Marlou plays like this. It's going to be difficult to beat Santa Lucia. I mean, you expect Kenneth to, you know, really put a show almost every game, averaging 19 plus points a game. But si Marlou Aquino, kung ganito ang papakita niya, mahihirapan talaga kalaban.
At saka baka siguro i-request na ni Coach Al lahat ng game nila sa Palawan na. I think he liked that sign a while ago that we saw the people from Palawan. Number 1 nilang idol, si Marlou Aquino.
Naman siya lang ang player na may banner.
May banner na.
So, talagang na-inspired si Marlou Aquino. And I mean, he has shown it with his game tonight. Okay, Jimmy Alapag with the ball. 4-point lead for Santa Lucia. Alapag takes a long way. The lead is down to 1. 93-92. Alapag, 2 big threes in the fourth quarter with 6 points. Durandez, nasa kanya bola, binigay kay Espino. Give it to Santos. Out to Mendoza. Papawi yata si Mendoza. I think he last touched that rebound try. The ball will stay here with Santa Lucia, and they have called a timeout with 4 minutes and 32 seconds left to play in the game. 93-92 po ang ating score. 1-point lead for the Realtors. Of course, Aquino Durandez, with the point total they've had so far, mahirap po talunin yan with the rebounds. You know, Miller and De Ocampo have held their ground, but what a ball game from that pair of Santa Lucia players, Kenneth Durandez and Marlou Aquino. Here's Durandez now. Out to Paulo Mendoza. Back to Durandez. Cross court they go to Paeng Santos. Santa Lucia off this timeout. Sets up this play. Here's Paulo Mendoza inside. Corner. And Mark Telan, a big rebound for Toketex. Alapag against Mendoza. Alapag gets a screen. Alapag inside they go to Mark Telan. And a block by Kenneth Durandez. Durandez pumapasok sa loob. Pasa niya, natapik. Nakuha ni Mark Telan. Toketex has numbers. Willie Miller inside. And nice move by Willie Miller. Hesitate crossover. Kaya hindi niya na-crossover. Nag-hesitation lang niya. He kind of slowed down. And now Toketex has a 1-point lead. Inside they go. Marlou Aquino, turnaround jumper that bounces out. Telan another rebound. So Mark Telan lording it over with 16 rebounds in the ball game. Jimmy Alapag gets by Paulo Mendoza for 2 more points, and Alapag now with 8 in the fourth quarter, and the Talk and Text Phonepals now lead by 3 points, 96-93, and they have regained momentum here against the Santa Lucia Realtors. Jimmy Alapag against Paulo Mendoza. You know, if I was a betting man, I'd bet on Jimmy Alapag in that matchup if it was quickness that we're talking about, as Jimmy Alapag gets by Paulo Mendoza, gives Talk and Text a 3-point lead. So back to live action. Santa Lucia, dehado na ng 3 puntos. Nakagawan pa ni Willie Miller. Santa Lucia trying to preserve a win here and keep their first place standing in the Grand Matador Brandy PBA Philippine Cup. Alapag, another 3-pointer. This one doesn't go. And the rebound to Omalon. And Mark Telan a little bit too aggressive on defense. Matatawagan ng foul.
Foul number 13, Mark Telan. Penalty.
So Mark Telan, his averages there, and huge numbers for Mark Telan. 14 points, 16 rebounds, 5 blocks.
Rising up to the challenge. Sabi nga natin kanina, this time they're gonna find the harder opponents in the front court of Santa Lucia. And Mark Telan showing na kayang-kaya niya. Quickly, Jude, yung free throws natin today, 8 out of 13 for Santa Lucia for 61%.
We got 8 out of 14. Yes.
Talk and Text, 17 out of 23 for 74%. Ito yung sinasabi ko that Talk and Text doesn't hurt themselves because they shoot a high percentage when it comes to free throws. Santa Lucia, konti na nga yung attempt nila, and they're not making a whole lot of them.
Splitting the free throws is Albert Comalon, cutting the lead to 2 points. For Talk Text, pinangayon na Melamang, sa kanila pa yung bola. Here's Pablo as they work on their moving offense. Inside they go to Marshall against Durandes. Nakundo pa, naagawan. Here comes Durandes. He's gonna push it up against Talk and Text. Kenneth Durandes right side. Pinalik ni Paulo Mendoza. Chance to tie the ball game here in this possession. No fouls sa Talk and Text. Halos pa rin lahat ng fouls. Marlou Aquino tries to tie the ball game. So Aquino now with 27 big points.
Marlou Aquino continuing to lord it over those shaded name.
Willie Miller inside, and he found a hole in between Alberto Molon and Marlou Aquino. Alberto Molon matatawagan ng foul, his 5th. Ito si Marlou Aquino, hindi na nakakuha ng foul ulit, Here's that spin move by Marlou Aquino, and he just kind of banged Yancy De Ocampo out of position in the lane there. Willie Miller, what did you say about free throw?
That they don't hurt themselves while missing free throws, Jude. Willie Miller, not bad because he's gone 10 out of 11.
Well, he is bound to miss one. He's not that good of a free throw shooter. I mean, he's not a 100% free throw shooter. He's allowed to miss. He's not perfect.
Especially when someone talks about free throws.
That's the broadcast thing. Inside they go. Marlou Aquino, successful earlier. Successful earlier. 29 points now for the Realtors. At ito po, mga kaibigan, lamang na ng isa ang Santa Lucia. Miller against Omalon, takes the three-pointer, blocked nicely by Omalon, and Dennis Espino getting the rebound. So a big play by Nelbert Omalon against Willie Miller. Santa Lucia looking for the upset. A minute 25 left in the game. Inside they go once again. Good pass to Kenneth Durandes. These two guys have dominated and have shown why they are superstars in the PBA. So pong si Marlou Aquino and Kenneth Durandes in this ball game. 29 points for Marlou Aquino. Kenneth Durandes with 34 in the ball game, and they have given Santa Lucia a 3-point lead with a minute 21 left. Ito po yung play na pinapasok nila yung bola sa loob, and Marlou Aquino able to find Kenneth Durandes. Durandes, good angle on the ball.
Gandang pabanda nun. Actually, going high glass that time si Kenneth.
Alapag against Kuan, nakapasok sa loob, but triple teamed, and he lost the ball. That was the play set up by Coach Joel Banal, but Santa Lucia ready and waiting. You can bet they're going to melt the shot clock here as they do have a 3-point lead. After one, a hand check foul on Jimmy Alapag.
And they are in the penalty, Jude. Sets McCuan for 2.
Fifth personal foul on Alapag. You know, Alapag played terribly in the first 3 quarters. A good fourth quarter. And committing the foul there. Fifth personal against McCuan.
Malaking free throw malaking sinut na free throw doon ni McCuan. Now it's a 4-point lead that makes it 2 possessions. Plus, may fouls to give pa tong Santa Lucia.
One finds a way to bounce it in. So Willie Miller will bring it up for the Phonepals, down by 5 with less than a minute left to play in the game. So 40% crossover move. As I can see Gerard Francisco, they're not in the penalty yet.
Three more fouls to give. Let's see how Santa Lucia manages these 3 fouls.
Jimmy Alapag will inbound. So Willie Miller against Francisco. Miller trying to elude the defender. Now it's Dennis Espino. Splits the defense inside and he will be fouled again. Mahirap lang talagang bantayan si Miller. So 49.3 seconds left here in the ball game. 102-97 po ang ating score. A 30-second timeout by Coach Joel Banal to talk over this possession. This is the important possession for Talk and Text. They need to have a high percentage basket. Against Gerard Francisco at foul kagad ulit. That's really all you can do against Willie Miller. I mean, you just have to hold him or foul him or at least have help on defense. Because 9 times out of 10, iiwanan ka talaga if it's a one-on-one play. Give it to Miller once again. Miller, foul ulit ni Gerard Francisco. Naubos na yung fouls ni Gerard Francisco sa possession na to. 5th foul on Francisco. Alapag for 3. Doesn't go, and Espino a big rebound. They give it to Fuan. So Santa Lucia can face an upset here with 30 seconds left in the game. And they're going to melt this clock as much as they can. As Marlou Aquino muntik nang naagawan, it goes out of bounds with 6 seconds on the shot clock.
That's still a lot of time, Jude. That 5-point lead. Bola nga ng Santa Lucia, but they only have 6 on their shot clock.
The Realtors will take a 30-second timeout to talk about the 6 seconds in their possession. But itong Talk and Text, you know, I mean, they have the 3-point shooters to be able to, you know, catch up within the time allotted. And we've seen this time and time again nangyayari to. I mean, even in the NBA, Reggie Miller one time scored 7 straight points in a span of less than 10 seconds.
First things first, make a stop in this last 6 seconds para sa Talk and Text.
Well, Gerard Francisco will inbound for Santa Lucia. We have 6 seconds to get a shot off here against Talk and Text. Binigay kay Marlou Aquino. Aquino out to Torrentes and the follow not there, and again Espino, a couple of offensive rebounds, and the Ocampo calls the timeout right away. But Espino had his looks there off the offensive board. It's a full timeout by the Talk and Text Phonepals, pero they're still behind by 5 points. So this is at least 2 possessions for Talk and Text in order for them to catch up. Inside, a nice game, Talk and Text versus Santa Lucia. At Santa Lucia, 13 seconds away from an upset against the Talk and Text Phonepals. Sinabi natin, last place versus first place when we play this ball game, and it's the last place team that is in the driver's seat. With only 13 seconds left. Talk and Text, this is a must score for Talk and Text if they want to even have a slight chance of winning the game. There's Victor Pablo inside, ahead to Alapag, takes the 3, takes the 3, he's fouled! He's fouled! It's a 2-pointer, but he's fouled! Jimmy Alapag, you know,
Sabi ko sa'yo, Jude, mahaba pa itong laro na to eh.
hindi nakatingin sa ring yun nung tumira at pumasok pa.
Actually, I was just gonna say that Mach 1 played good defense. But last second, pagtira ni Jimmy Alapag, natamaan niya yung kamay ni Jimmy Alapag as we see here.
Well, it's only a 2-pointer. He fakes the three, goes inside, and I guess his left foot stepped on the line there.
Question here, do you intentionally miss or do you go for the basket here and fall right away?
I'd make the shot. Because of the free throw shooting of Santa Lucia. I mean, they're the second worst free throw shooting team in the league. The chances are somebody to making it 2 out of 2 is not so high. So we'll take a break here, and then after we come back, 7.4 seconds to go. I mean, you can see what happens in that little time here. Off an incredible shot by Jimmy Alapag. What a fourth quarter for Jimmy Alapag. You know, great players, that's what they do. They don't play well the first few quarters, and then fourth quarter, boom, they make it up. But I think he's got 10 points this quarter, if I'm not mistaken. Or 11 because of that free throw.
At tingnan natin itong inbound ng Santa Lucia. Let's see if Tokentech will be able to foul who they want to foul.
Looking, and this is the guy that Santa Lucia wants to shooting the free throw.
Tama ka dyan, dude. We were discussing kanina kung sino yung the people that they can foul. Ito yung isa na...
Well, you know, pinag-usapan natin, it's Kenneth Durendes or Dennis Espino.
Yan
And
lang,
maybe
wag.
Paulo Mendoza.
Yes.
Nakita natin yung play nila. It was both Espino and Durendes who were cutting towards the ball.
Yes.
So alam ni Coach Al Francis kung sino gusto niyang titira ng free throws.
Well, he knows one basket, worst case scenario, overtime.
And it's Espino's first free throw.
And another one ties the game.
This is for the upset against the Tokentech Phonepals. And the Santa Lucia Realtors, although in last place, is only, you know, I think half a game or a game behind the ninth place team. And like you said, pareho yung losses nila eh. So yun lang talagang dapat mong tignan. Espino second, and looks like Santa Lucia has a good chance to upset the Tokentech Phonepals. A 30-second timeout by Coach Joel Banal. But it'll have to be pretty much an ill-advised play by Santa Lucia for them to lose this ball game.
The only way they can lose right now, 6.4, is if they make a quick three, they get a steal, or like you said, a really bad play for Santa Lucia is
they foul a three-point shooter while making it.
So, I've been watching a lot of basketball international, and a lot of discussion has been talked about fouling teams when they're going for a three before that. But this is not a scenario kasi apatan lamang. Usually pag tatlo yung lamang, the discussion is you should just foul instead of giving the team a chance to win.
In fact, if I know that there's a bad free throw shooter,
Doon na lang, diba?
definitely the chances are, the probability of that guy making both free throws is a lot less than him making
3 points.
Yeah,
At teammate,
exactly.
Pinakita mo na naman yung engineering numbers na naman yung numbers na naman yung gusto mo.
Okay, so si Mark Telan, 6.4 seconds left. They at least, I think, need a three-pointer here. So expect a lot of screens from Alapag. They get it to Alapag. Alapag gets a good shot at the three-pointer. Then it got by Telan inside. A three-pointer, 1 second. And a foul! That's the ill-advised play we're talking about. Earlier.
Oh my God, dude. All of a sudden, 2-point lead for Santa Lucia. Mark Telan free throw line.
Wow. Does Tokentech have a timeout here?
Now, all they have to do right now, Mark has to miss the shot and they have to get the rebound to tie the game.
Wow, that, I was talking about the ill-advised play. That was it right there. I mean, they had the ball game. They would have won that ball game if they would just let Mark Telan go.
Tignan natin to, dude. Nothing comes easy in the PBA.
And they're trying to explain to Mark Telan that he cannot go in until the ball hits the ring. Kasi that is expected nila, yun ang gagawin niya. So he's going to have to miss this on purpose. Somebody from Talking Text has to get the offensive rebound and put it back within 2 seconds after Markelan hits the ring. He misses the shot. Miller gets it. Miller gets the shot. He missed the shot. He had a good look. Willie Miller predicted the shot, got the offensive rebound, but missed a point-blank jumper from about 8 feet. And Coach Alfrancis Chua and the Santa Lucia Realtors get an upset against Talking Text.
What a game!
What an
dude.
ending! What a game!
Parang nagmadali at that time. Nagmadali ng konti na rin si Willie Miller. He had 2.1 seconds to go, and when the time was right for him to take a shot, there was a guy that tried to block him, namely Marlou Aquino.
Well, our game story, our game player is now with our game courtside reporter Richard Del Rosario in courtside, and he has Marlou Aquino with him.
Thank you, Jude. Our San Miguel Beer, taas mo, best player of the game, Marlou Aquino. Ang game story natin, can the skyscraper stand tall in this ball game? Marlou, nakausap kita kanina, kung kaya mo mag-dominate laban sa Talking Text dahil wala na nga yung malaki nila. Yun na nga ginawa mo, meron kang season high, 29 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. Meron ka bang gustong patunayan dito sa ball game na to?
Ang sa akin lang, no, unang-una, ano kasi yung, kumbaga, Talking Text yung pinaka-involved dun sa, yung pinaglalaban namin na, kumbaga nga, yung mga peke, wala eh. So, talagang inano na mapatunayan na talagang local lang, pwede manalo.